Have you ever wondered if the language you're speaking changes the pitch of your voice? Turns out it probably does. Today, that's what I'm going to be diving into, how our pitch changes depending on the language that we're speaking. Studies show that multilingual speakers often change their pitch depending on the language. This might be due to the rhythm or the musicality of the language, or even the social expectations that come with that language and where you're speaking it. Since I work with a lot of multilingual clients, this is something that I wanted to investigate a little bit further. And who better to study than Shakira? Shakira sings and speaks in many languages, more than the languages I'm going to explore in this video. And so I thought she'd be a great person to study. My sweetie has decided to join us. He's leaving. I analyzed Shakira speaking in English, Spanish, Portuguese, and Italian. I looked for her highest pitch and her lowest pitch, and found that range in between the pitches. And then I also found the average pitch for each one of the clips that I looked at. I used a software called Pratt to analyze her pitch, and this is a free software you can just download online if you're interested. But the way the software works, you can only analyze 10-second snippets. So I took two 10-second clips and kind of averaged those together just so you know what I was up to. So let's listen to the first clips in English.
But I just felt so inspired, you know. It was an improvisation. All the moves I saw in the cage were improvised, were just an expression. I prepared myself for an entire month and I trained really, really hard and ate a lot of spinach and fish. I love fish though, but I think I had an overdose.
So here's what I found. Her highest pitch in English was 274 hertz. Her lowest pitch was 70 hertz. And her overall average was 175 hertz. And her range average was 173 hertz. So basically how much her, movement from the low to the high. So these, again, I'm taking these averages from these couple of clips. So now let's listen to her speak in Spanish.
Es básico para el desarrollo neuronal, para el crecimiento, no solamente el fortalecimiento de los huesos y músculos, sino también la atención, la concentración. Muchas veces, y yo lo vivo como madre, cuando le quiero enseñar algo a mis hijos, quiero que absorban la información, les hago una sesión de ejercicio.
All right, now in this clip, her high is 361 hertz, low 148 hertz, overall average 208 hertz, and the range average 193 hertz. Now, let's listen in Portuguese.
O Brasil foi determinante na minha história musical e sim, eu adoro o idioma, adoro a cultura. Meu filho maior, ele diz que ele é brasileiro. Ele fala, mamãe, eu sou do Brasil. Porque ele adora, ama tudo do Brasil.
So here we have a high of 507 hertz, low of 80 hertz, overall average 230 hertz, and the range average 310 hertz. And finally, let's listen to Shakira speak Italian.
Chiamata Pies Descalzos, che ho creato quando avevo 18 anni per la costruzione delle scuole, per promuovere l'educazione dei bambini nella Colombia, specialmente dei bambini che vivono nelle zone.
All right, now her high here, 393 hertz, low 77 hertz, overall average 216 hertz, and the range average 260 hertz. So let's take a look at these results here. I'm going to list them in order from highest to lowest averages. So number one, we've got Portuguese. The average here is 230 hertz. Number two is Italian, and the average here is 216 hertz. Number three, her native language, Spanish. Average here is 208 hertz. And number four was English, with an average of 175 hertz. So Portuguese, Italian, Spanish, and then finally English. So a couple of linguistic aspects that I learned about when I was studying Portuguese versus English is that European Portuguese, or the Portuguese spoken in Portugal, is considered a stress-timed language, meaning that there's a lot more syllables that are stressed, and I would guess that that could possibly lead to more variation in the pitch as well. If you're stressing, moving the pitch up when you are stressing a syllable. Spanish, by contrast, is syllable-timed, meaning that it all kind of sounds a little bit more smooth. So there's a little bit less of that stress back, that it's all a little bit more flowing and fluid. Syllables are spoken a little bit more evenly spaced with less of that stress difference. But I'm going to guess that Shakira learned Portuguese in Brazil since she's from Colombia and Brazil is their neighbor. And I read that Brazilian Portuguese is also more syllable timed, similar to Spanish. And I would guess too that if Spanish is her first language and she's speaking Portuguese, that she might be speaking Portuguese with more of that, Spanish inflection style, possibly, as well. So that's another thing to consider too, like your native language and how that affects how you speak other languages. So if you speak both Portuguese and Spanish, I'd love to hear from you and hear if you hear an accent from Shakira when she speaks Portuguese. So interestingly too, English is a stress-timed language where we stress certain things and then we let syllables fall off a cliff. Like if I say, I wouldn't, I'm stressing would and that almost like, I almost swallow it. So that's an interesting thing too. Within all languages, there's different accents within all of these languages. I was speaking to somebody who is from Puerto Rico, and they were telling me that the Puerto Rican accent is more of that swallowed, where a lot of things kind of get swallowed in the back. So I think that's interesting too, looking at the different accents. Obviously, I don't know all accents everywhere. I'm not a linguist, but I think that, that plays a part in this too. It's not Spanish is always this way, or Portuguese is always this way, English is always this way. Obviously not. So either way, if my hypothesis was correct at all about a stress-timed language like Portuguese spoken in Portugal, if that gets more movement in the pitch typically because of that stress, that same thing might apply to English because we are stressing certain things as well. So they're both stress-timed languages. And English was the lowest in our list of pitch. So I don't think that my hypothesis holds up in this case. Maybe that's why I'm not a scientist, okay? So there could be many reasons why we got these results. First of all, there's emotional context. So obviously in the clip in Portuguese, Shakira is excited and she goes up high and she's kind of being goofy. I don't know what she's saying. Please, somebody who speaks Portuguese, tell me. But she, I don't think that that's necessarily indicative of speaking Portuguese to do that. Could be. Maybe she's more likely to do that in Portuguese. I don't know. But this is one specific clip. So she's in this sort of playful context here and going up higher. So the context of your mood, whether you're joking around, whether you're serious, that is going to play a part in how your pitch moves, no matter what language you're speaking. So secondly, we have cultural expectations. So let's say your family speaks one language and when you go out in the world, you speak a different language. At home, there might be different cultural aspects. There might be certain ways that you address your family or certain ways that you describe things. That can also be a major component too. How does the culture surrounding that language change how you speak it? How do the people around you speak? If you learned from your parents versus are you learning on Duolingo? All of those things change how you're going to approach a language. And of course, we are looking at very short clips. We're looking at 20 seconds of Shakira speaking a certain language, and that certainly does not give us a huge sample size to work with. This is just kind of checking it out, kind of opening your ears up to the possibility that there could be changes within your pitch when you're speaking different languages. With a bigger sample size, we might see different results, different trends, but this is what we've got with these clips. One thing that is consistent here is that pitch is flexible. Within one person, we heard a difference of over 400 hertz. So she spoke from, her lowest was 70 hertz and went up all the way to 507 hertz. So generally we shoot for about 165 hertz average in terms of vocal feminization. And you could hear that her pitch was lower, right? It went down, dipped down to 70, 80, 90 hertz. And so that is something to take into consideration, that your voice doesn't always need to be super high. It doesn't always need to be at 220 hertz. Now, obviously, there are other factors when it comes to the perception of your voice, vocal weight, resonance, all those things. But I think it's something to think about and consider and really pay attention to the fact that not all feminine perceived voices are super high. So whether you are multilingual or just experimenting with your voice, I hope this little study of mine, am I a scientist now? Maybe. I hope it shows you how dynamic human voices are. If you are exploring vocal feminization, you can check out my True Voice Vocal Feminization e-course, which is a comprehensive self-study course that will teach you everything that you need to know about vocal feminization. I also offer one-on-one lessons, so if lessons or the course, if there's something that you're interested in, you can go down and take a look at the link in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more videos on voice science and gender-affirming voice technique. Let me know down in the comments if you hear differences or notice differences in your own voice when you change what language you're speaking. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.